So, we've known each other a long time. We trust each other?
Yeah?
Stay away from that girl. She's no good for you.
What?
Just don't tell her or anyone else about the experiment. We're onto something much bigger than we imagined.
Yeah. Don't wait there. Just watch it.
Synchronicity is like the indie love child of a filmmaker with a love of Blade Runner's production style and Christopher Nolan's ambition. A non-linear, time travel, sci-fi thriller / love story dripping with tech noir. Synchronicity wears its budget well, creating an atmosphere and a pace that keeps you engaged. A tech startup on the brink of monetizing space-time travel is against the clock on funding and resources.
Here we go.
Desperate after the failed run, lead physicist Jim must somehow convince his investor for more money and even more time. Enter Abby, a mysterious woman who sees Jim as a modern-day Tesla, but can she be trusted? The more she seduces, Jim, the more it looks like their experiment didn't fail.
Chuck, what do you got?
What are you doing?
Talking to you.
What time do you have, exactly to the second?
9:45, 22, 23. Come on, get on with it.
When did you and I first meet?
What is this?
Just tell me. It's important.
10 years ago at that karaoke bar with the weird name. What's going on?
So, we've known each other a long time. We trust each other?
Yeah?
Stay away from that girl. She's no good for you.
What?
What I like about Synchronicity is the way that the nonlinear storytelling reveals the time travel. The exposition is well hidden, and despite the brisk pacing, it manages to take its time. Around the 40-minute mark, Synchronicity has its oh moment. Then the rest of the film, Back to the Future 2's the previous 40 minutes, unveiling that maybe the beginning of the movie wasn't.
We are messing with the primal forces of nature here.
The primal forces of nature are telling me I have to take a piss.
What are you doing here, Jim?
I went to the lab. You guys were gone.
You should go back. We'll meet you there.
No. You called. You said something. We were onto something. And what was this? The stuff about Abby? And you were. My head is killing me.
See? Let me get you some pills. Stay in here. Don't come out, no matter what you hear.
Another fun story element is the comparison to the real-life strife between Nikola Tesla and Thomas Edison. As a Tesla figure, Jim is at the twilight of a world-changing technology pitted against the mercy of his investors' corporate interests and the need for marketability.
Do you know who pioneered electricity? Of course. Thomas Edison. I thought so too, until I stumbled upon a book about Nikola Tesla. Tesla was working towards a way to get everyone on the planet safe, free, limitless electricity. And he would have, except Edison did everything in his power to discredit him and crush his reputation. Tesla wanted to better the world, and Edison forced us all to have a monthly power bill.
Transitioning into some of that bad. Nothing truly bad, maybe a nitpick or two, but yeah, I've got my critique. The film's influences are obvious, very obvious. The Blade Runner-esque lighting and production, yeah, provides a cool noir ambience. But if I nitpick, the constant finger-pointing towards the source of inspiration does get a little monotonous. The Nolanisms are also very on the nose. At one point, the score even gets a little reminiscent of Hans Zimmer's Time. That said, for an independent film, Synchronicity always feels respectful of the inspiration by being well crafted within its understanding of said influences. Final verdict, Synchronicity is a creative, well-contained indie sci-fi film absolutely worth checking out. And major credit is due for making a film this ambitious while telling its story in an hour and 40 minutes. As obvious as the Nolan influences are, honestly, its exposition is less pronounced than most actual Nolan films. And that's without the runtime being like 3 days. Yeah, I am purposely being vague to avoid spoilers, but the time travel is used as a narrative tool to tell a story of human inevitability, the unquantifiable nature of love, regret, and fate. I appreciate the film for being entertaining, engaging, and ambitious. It attempts something creative without being some desperate mainstream trash packed with hype and cliche. Now, the ending is a little more wrapped in a bow than I personally like in movies, but Synchronicity is a well-crafted indie sci-fi that deserves way more recognition. And that's it. That is my review for Synchronicity. The channel is Phil For Real, the show is Bootleg Theater, and I hope to see you next time with either another hidden gem or So Bad It's Good